Welcome to Tales from the Caveside, where Lillian and Chris, we bought a cave house and finca on the outskirts of a small Spanish town. Follow us as we learn to renovate and create a home that we will be proud of.
So these arrived yesterday, we've been waiting for them. That's all finished now. What will happen is the wire for these lights will eventually come out of there, be wrapped around the wood and the bulb, which you'll see later. So both of that's all nice and tidied up. Mega.
Yes. I've been measuring, this is actually a tile edging strip, and what I'm going to do is, I went on a tile hunt at the local builder's merchant for tiles for the shelves that I need and for the top of this bench that Chris built. Can't find what I want. I want Andalusian style tiles with big pop colours, not done in this region. They don't stock but they don't sell. What I'm going to do with this bench is using that edging strip which is rounded. I'm going to plaster the front of the bench and I'm going to plaster the top of the bench, but lose a horrible edge that would take off the backs of people's knees. Beading, whatever you want to call it, edging strip has now been cut. Measure twice, cut once and all that jazz. Yay, it worked. It fits perfectly to that end. And the same to here. We're using Yeso just to stick this down on the front edge, because the line takes so long to go off. The Yeso will take to it, stick it down, and I've got something to plaster up to. So Chris has just made me a mix of Yeso Rapid, so we've got to get on with this.
Right, line up exactly where you want.
Yeah. Can't fill enough to the gloves. Hang on, set those off. Okay, and finger depth here.
Okay. It's got off in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought I was good to go, but this has just soaked up water so quickly, and I can't have it like that to put the lime on, so I had to give it another watering with a watering can. I'm spreading it, and I will do the front again when I'm doing the front. I'm going to do the top first, because Chris is making a nice wet mix, because to a degree I'm going to have to float it. If it ends up not being completely level, it doesn't matter, it's got cushions, it's going to have cushions on it, and it's a seat. Not like somebody's playing billiards on it.
Okay, so while Lillian's been doing that, she's just having a quick 5 minutes, because she says the lime isn't quite firm enough for her to do the next bit. I want to get this edge done. We did the tiles and some of it's just too high, so now I've got to undo some of the lime plastering that we did. We hadn't prepared to do this because we didn't think we needed to.
No, best laid plans and all that jazz.
Right, I think that's it. Okay. That's level or lower.
Yep.
That's obviously lower. Yeah, if I chip it any more at the bottom, I'm going to damage that.
Yes.
Somebody does not like to be on his own too much and loves to be just where we're working. He's trying to slot himself into that little spot there, which is actually Kai's favourite spot, bless her.
Finished rendering the front. All I've got to do now is try and make it look something like, I'm playing with it to try and give it a rustic feel. I'm not going to try and do something flat. There is no point, and I don't have the patience. But I'm happy with this finish. Get off the top there.
Yes.
Front edge, the plastic bit will need sponging off later when it's dry, or tomorrow, or whenever. But that is it. Bench is done.
Right, we're starting putting the tiles down, and discovered that I need to take some more off there. So we're going to do that. And there's a little bit more to chip out this side. So I'll get on with that, doing that. Now, Lillian's decided she's going to help me because I lost loads of time doing this. And I'm worried about her hip. So we're having an early day today. We're going to sit out in the sunshine for a bit. And she's going to join the dogs in the paddy pew. Okay?
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Yes.
But I've got to stand in this and hold the edges back as hopefully water comes out of this.
Yes.
Are we ready?
We've already got somebody who knows exactly what's going to be happening.
His favourite. I can hear burbles.
Here it comes.
Oh yeah, it's heavy. God. If you can hold this, I can...
Okay.
I can do that.
He's already here.
You have to wait a minute, boys. You have to wait. It is absolutely freezing.
It will be.
It's like glacial water. Jeez.
Yes, it is. Very cold. This water that we're using is water that was actually here when we arrived.
Yes.
And also all our wastewater from doing the reverse osmosis.
Yes.
So this water's already been paid for.
Yep.
And therefore we're happy we're not wasting it. Because it's actually meant for watering the crops anyway.
Yeah.
But the original owners who we bought from bought the water and it was brought in a truck.
You want permission to go in? Go on then. Good boy. Do not dig, because I will not appreciate being splashed. That's probably enough, because he's only going to stick it out anyway.
Yeah, but if it's not high enough, then all that happens is we put the pumping clogs there and not a siren, and it'll all flow down the garden and we'll refill it again.
Okay.
So it might as well wait until there's enough for it to hold it down.
No digging. Good boy. No digging. Don't make a hole in it, Loki. Good boy. Good boy. That's it. He's down, boss. Look.
Yay.
No, not in the house, please. Thank you.
Well, after the initial excitement and ruckus and a good amount of the water been gone that way, it's a shame. Here he is, just chilling.
What do you think, mate, isn't it?
He just loves it.
I did think at one point I might kneel in this water with them, but it hasn't taken very long to be Loki coloured water.
No.
I'm not going there.
No. Is it warmed up yet?
I don't know, I haven't got my feet, don't have any feeling anymore. Oh gosh, no, it's boiling hot out here.
It's still cold.
Freezing cold.
Okay. Right. Right then, cold drink.
Yes, indeed.
Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. It's not always all go, is it?
No, well it can't be. It would become too much if it was.
No, that's right. Sometimes you just have to get halfway through a day and go, do you know what? Can't bother today.
Yeah. It's time. We're quite bad at wanting to start jobs that seem daunting. We've laid floor tiles before, it's not a problem. So we're going for it with this. I can't reverse my mind when it comes to getting the cuts. These particular tiles have got a pattern, so it matters where you cut them as opposed to just anywhere. So that's Chris's job. He uses the grinder and does the cutting. He's also going to have to do the marking because I can't do it. It just completely breaks me. So first tile, first cut. is going to happen on this under tile here. I'm going to mark it up and we'll see whether he's still got the knack or not. Chris is about to do his cutting. My job is to keep this young man, who's very interested in everything, well away.
Yes. Thank you.
Do you reckon, Dover? You good boy.
Right, let's see if I did it right.
Fingers crossed. Well, it's going to be a very long day.
Yes.
Yes.
Did I get it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Brilliant. Okay. So we know that's correct, that's correct, that's correct. I need to do this one now.
You poor guy, it's 35 degrees out there.
I know, already. It's mental.
And it's really, really overcast, hazy, sweaty out there. Well, as you can see, these are all trial laid. Cut's been done. We're good to go, baby.
Yeah, we can make some good progress today.
Yeah.
Get this done. Because tomorrow,
I'm out.
Lily's out taking the car for an ITV.
Yes.
The reason why I don't go is because my Spanish isn't good enough and I panic and it just makes it more difficult. So it's easy for Lily to go. Gives her a day out.
How exciting! I get to take the car for his ITV.
And the other thing is, if you smell sweetly, it'll have more of an influence than me doing it.
I don't think so, but we can go with that. Okay. How can I say no when you said something as sweet as that?
Yeah, if I smiled at him, it would look more like a camel chewing on a prickly pear. Right, so here we're going. We've already learned one thing. But because there's no grout space, it's not so easy to get the tiles in the right place first time. And they don't seem to be 100% square.
No. I'm going to take this in turns so it doesn't become a... there. So Chris is having a go.
Yeah. Well, at least when I gave you the right way round.
I did give you the right way round. You moved it. Don't blame me.
Getting on well. We've discovered a thing.
Yeah.
With this pack.
The 0.5 millimetre different size to the other pack.
Yes.
It's a micro. It's not even a millimetre.
Right. Okay. So. That's butted up to that one, and they're perfectly lined up, as you can see, you might not be able to see. But this one is slightly longer.
You see just down there, if you bring the camera down. Can you see? Micro. Bigger.
Yeah. Well, that's funny.
Don't know if you noticed in the previous clip when Chris was showing you the different sizes of the tiles. We've just noticed he's been handing me the tiles in the wrong pattern. Just had to take some of them up.
You can't just blame me, because you'd already put 2 down when I passed to the next one, and I didn't look at the one previous.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yes, that's true. But yes, I was supposed to be looking and I did miss it. It wasn't until we got right to the end and I went, oh no. I didn't actually say oh no, I did do it. But luckily we noticed it now.
Yeah.
And we can take them up and put them back. We'll see what it's like when we're finished at the end of the day now. It shouldn't take too long actually, as long as you don't keep putting the tiles down wrong. And strangely, they line up now.
Yes.
What is that about?
I have no idea.
And that's all done as well. Lily's just been along and just sponged it off quick while I was just mixing some more stuff. It's really going now. It's brilliant. Absolutely awesome.
Okay, finished for the day. We could have put one more full tile down there, but there wasn't enough tile adhesive for it. I'm not making enough tile adhesive for one tile. at least now, when this has gone off, we've got a walkway to go around and do all the measuring and cutting and what have you. If you stand on the other side of the room and look in there, it's going to look awesome.
Hey, it looks a bit busy to my eyes, but then again, now we've been staring at it all afternoon.
Well, yes. Yeah, it is a bit, I suppose. It's also going to have a double bed in there. Yeah. So you don't see much of it.
No, I like it.
So a bit later in the day today, we usually do these in the morning. I took the car for its yearly test this morning. The UK MOT over here, it's called an ITV and ITV, passed no problem, and then did some shopping. And then went to the builder's merchant to pick up some more of these tiles, because when we originally bought them, they were for another project, and then when we opened the box, we found there's a pattern which we've got to follow, so we need more of them. And it was like, oh, he's got more, because they're a discontinued size and shape and everything. Anyway, he had 5 more boxes, of which I purchased 2, and he was very, you can break as many as you like now. I'm thinking, yeah, because that means I'm going to buy more off you. So anyway, what we're doing now is doing all the cuts for these edges, and then we'll glue them down. The ones that we glued down yesterday are absolutely spot on. You can hear them, they're all solid, absolutely lovely. So well happy. Yes. It's cut-tastic time. Right, well, this is an interesting cut. Can you see this is my whole tile? And it needs to go further back. But there's a wall in the way. So the idea using this machine, which most of you have seen us use it back in the corral when we were doing up the kitchen up there. See if I can remember how to use it. What I'm going to do is I am trying to match this pattern. It's going to be at the wrong height, but
we've got spare tiles now. And we can always go down to Builders Merchants and buy another 3 boxes, he did say.
He did say, yes, yeah. No, it is there. I'll make you cut it wrong, I'll go mad at me.
I'll cut it.
If it's wrong, it's my fault.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Oh yes, I love it when a plan comes together. Look at that!
Yes, awesome. Absolutely brilliant.
I know. Can't help it. Double checked. Yep, we're going to have to sacrifice a whole tile for this little wedge here.
Yes. That is very disappointing.
I've said to Chris, just go for it, don't match the pattern. But he says no, definitely got to match the pattern. So we've gone this far matching the pattern, he's right.
Yeah.
But it's just such a waste.
Yes, it is. But you can't even tolerate seeing pictures slightly crooked. It's only doing your head in that one of the junction boxes is crooked.
I know.
A floor tile is really going to do you.
I'd have to get a little floor carpet, a corner one, and put it over it and hide it.
Yes, you would.
You may as well just fill it with grout and hide it anyway.
Yes, it's true. And it'll constantly wind you up.
Yes, I know. So if you can see now, that's a whole tile to there. That's the middle pattern. So the whole tile should come to here. So we need to remove this one and this one. We have got one brand new one. And we've got some that we have rescued from elsewhere. But they've got all sorts of cementous products, tile adhesive, etc. on the back. We've got to try and clean one of them without breaking it. Because these are no longer available, as we keep saying. They're discontinued. So these need to be done to complete, and then we'll start at that end and come up to match. We've removed these 2 pre-broken tiles, as it were. They were broken. Removed these. What they've been laid on, I have no idea. Sand, cement, weird mixture. So the tiles that we've got to put down, we're going to have to clean. Now, I was at the Builders Merchant the other day and we found the Holy Grail. There was one left of these old tiles down in one of the bottom warehouses, just propped up against a wall. And I was given it like a Christmas present. You can have this. And I was like, oh my goodness, I've got this Holy Grail. Brought it home, and it's been out on display for probably 20 years. and it's been sun damaged, so it doesn't match the others. So I haven't got one new tile, I just have to clean up one old tile. We've got to clean up 2 old tiles. So this is the rescued tile, and this is what we've got to remove off the back. All the old adhesive. So Chris has gone to get some agua fuerte, strong water.
Yes. I want it as far away from the property as possible because we don't have to swill it so far.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, it's definitely fizzing. I'm doing it at arm's length. And we're outside. I'll just leave that for a minute or two to do its fizzy thing.
Wow.
He's eating it. Well, it's working.
Cool.
It's going to take time.
I was going to say, we leave that to dry now and then do another coat of the acid?
Yeah.
Okay. Cut this piece to keep going with this pattern, and this piece has been cut. Ta-da! We have fold in the tile, and the pattern continues. This can then be cut to go into the edging strip, and then we'll start with new ones on the top. But how's that?
We managed to clean the tiles up. And they're over there. It would seem the method that they employed to lay the tiles here was that the screed or whatever it is was wet, and then they put tile adhesive on the back of the tiles and pressed them in. So put a clean tile up, and it's exactly the same height as these tiles that are glued down, and this is, and this, without any adhesive. So I've now got to break it out. Anyway, so what I'm doing is I've cut around near the tiles so I don't damage them, and now I'm just trying to take bits off and I cut with a grinder, which made a bit dusty.
Right, Chris has tried a tile now. There's definitely space for adhesive underneath.
Yeah, unfortunately, we broke a lump out there. It's not an ideal situation. I'm sure somebody will tell us off. I'm just going to fill it with adhesive.
We've just got this upright thing now. We're just going to take probably 6 hands to try and get the right amount of glue in the right amount of places and put everything in the right place. So let's see what we can do.
Yes, well, the rest of the tiles are now down.
Yes, they have.
Okay, so plan for the rest of the working days to get that up, that done, and the other 2 tiles over there done.
In the gap, yes.
And then we're stepping away because we need to have those file lines secured, the old originals, get them secured, then we can do our measurements for this way.
Yeah. I've only just put down the little cut piece, 1, 2, 3 tiles, so we can't be kneeling on here and working on that. Once the old tiles go in that area, we can't be kneeling on that and working here. So the plan is these 3 uprights with this border thing, and then we've got to step away and then it will go off. Right, glue's on, go for it.
That was very ballet-like of me, stepping over there like Tinkerbell.
Yeah, no comment.
No, none needed. Just kind of hope for the best.
Awesome sauce.
Does match the tape?
Yeah, good job, well done.
Yes. It's just a shame that the cuts that we didn't need, the extra bits,
Yeah.
wouldn't line up.
Yes, to then continue.
That used a lot more stuff than we hoped for. Oh, back to the corral days. But it'll work itself out now. Won't have to use as much. So, we're leaving it for the day. They're down. perfectly level. We've got those little top hat things there just holding them up because there is a little bit more adhesive under there than what we should have or wanted to use, let's say.
Okay, yeah.
So, when we come back to it, we've just got to tile this little area here. I'm going out.
You are?
Yes. I'm going to see Andy and Sharon at Finkerlife. Andy's contacted me and wants some advice on a thing he's found. So that's what I'm going to go and do. Right, Andy. What do you think?
Hey Chris, thanks for coming, mate.
Yeah, no problems.
You're going to show your lot what
Yeah.
what we're going to deal with.
Well, that's it. Great find. Great find. So I'm not going back in. It's a bit of a tight squeeze getting in and out. But this is what Andy's found. I've had a good look. And
Advised us.
yeah. And past my opinions anyway. It's absolutely solid. It's bone dry. It's not cool. I expected it to be cooler than what it is, but that's fine. There's lots of roots that Andy's going to now deal with. We've established that they're almond roots. And that's it. So he's going to take it all back, take all the loose off, try and borrow our sprayer.
Try it.
Well, we'll borrow.
Crikey.
And so we get some, we're putting lime in there.
I'm looking forward to it. Something I've got to do it before I do the rest of the kitchen.
Yeah, that's it. That is a brilliant little find. It's a shame it's so low. But you could always dig the floor out. Like you would like some more weight, wouldn't you?
I'm thinking put a window on it, put a light in it, and forget about it, then just keep it as a visual feature. A visual one, yeah.
You could also line it with fiberglass and have it as a little plunge pool.